G'day, Keithy here. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're staying safe wherever you are in the world. It's certainly very safe over here. Actually just come back from a 4-day camping trip, which was fantastic. So no better time to give you an update than now on how the old Thermofan is tracking inside this Range Rover. So what you would have seen up there is the Thermofan series. So whichever part you've watched, hopefully the whole lot, there's a lot of information in there. You would have noticed that I did that at the height of summer when things were very hot. What we worked out was that during summer, around town, around the highway with the trailer on the back, no worries with the Thermofan. It managed to keep the big Range Rover nice and cool. But we did find its Achilles heel, and that was going up mountain ranges in 35 plus degree days. Yeah, it wasn't too crash hot, just with the Range Rover on its own and no trailer, it had a bit of trouble getting up there. That was all filmed in summer. So now we're coming to what it is here, which is winter. I know I'm still wearing shorts and a shirt, but it's plenty cool enough here. It's about 20 degrees here, so that's cold enough for me. So anyway, just a couple of days ago we went on this camping trip and I had the ice cream truck attached to the back of the Range Rover. The ice cream truck's my camper trailer. It's just a box trailer with a canopy on it. I'll have to do a little bit of a video on that for you one day. Weighs about a ton anyway, once it's all loaded up with everything. So we went on this trip away and we went up north, and it was about 24 degrees on this day, Celsius. So, you know, I mean, it might be hot by your standards, but it's actually quite cool by my standards. It's cold weather, this is wintry weather up here. And the usual story, you know, around town, on the highway, just general purpose type driving. The Thermofan is actually loving life in winter. It's not even kicking to high speed at all. So that is, yeah, that's a win right there, especially for the fuel consumption benefits, which you can see outlined in that video up there in the fuel consumption series. So the fan's doing a really good job. It's not even kicking into high speed in normal operation. We come up to this range on this trip the other day. So I've got this trailer on the back, about a ton on the back of this thing. And we're cruising up and I thought to myself, okay, this will be a really good test because it's a lot more of a challenging drive than Mount Stewart itself. Granted, the speeds are a bit higher, you're doing highway speeds. And what I noticed going up this range the other day, 24 degrees ambient temperature, the Thermofan didn't even kick to high speed. It just stayed at low speed the whole time climbing the range. Even on the way back a couple of days later, it didn't even need to go to high speed to keep the engine sufficiently cool. I think it got up to 87 degrees on that little gauge in there, which is fantastic. Very happy with that, given I had a trailer on the back as well and I didn't spare the herbs. I made sure I tried to maintain 100 kilometers an hour up this thing, and she kicked down a gear or two and give it hell, but it managed to do the job, no worries. So following on from that Thermofan series, this is the winter update. This is very positive. If you were looking at doing this, if you had any questions about how it would go in the cooler months, well, cooler in North Queensland is actually probably hot by a lot of your standards, and it was not a problem. So I do encourage, if you're thinking about doing it, I would recommend doing it. I think it's a good thing. If you go and do some testing once you've fitted it, you might be able to find out if there is an Achilles heel for it wherever you're from. You've got to use a different fan maybe. Maybe the fan's not as powerful, maybe it's more powerful. But the ideal way to sort things out is to do a bit of testing of it as well. So if you're going to go ahead with it, absolutely don't throw your engine fan out and your cowling or anything like that, because you may need to use it again. Yeah, I definitely highly recommend doing this. It's a worthy investment. And as you would have seen in those fuel consumption videos, the fuel consumption benefits alone are absolutely worth doing the Thermofan conversion for. So I've got to go and pack all of this camping gear up now. It's drying out. We got rained on while we were up there. I'll get back to that and I'll leave you guys to it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.